Welcome to TYTSports. Ben Mankiewicz, Francis Maxwell. The first semifinal at the World Cup, Brazil and Germany.
Yep.
What many, including you, expected would be a semifinal at the World Cup. Well done.
Thank you.
Before we get into it, and I just want to spend no more than 45 seconds on this because this is not one of my bashing soccer moments.
Yeah.
Like, I'm into the World Cup. I've appreciated it. It's good. I think that a lot of that momentum, at least here in the United States, that it took to casual fans, but a sports fan. I could be a soccer fan.
Yeah.
Like, you could poach me.
Yeah.
Right? But man, when they get to the final eight and it slows down and we return to this manner of playing where somebody scores in the 11th minute and then they just try to keep the other team from scoring for 79 minutes, and that's a turnoff. That is a turnoff.
Absolutely. Well, I talked to Jenk on the way in here, and he was telling us that he thinks this is what puts people off soccer, but you need to think about it. You're now on a level playing field. These are teams that are coming together who are the best, the cream of the crop. It's like they're going to come up against each other and it's going to be tight. I mean, it's going to be tight games. It's not as high scoring because these teams have better defensive structures and they have better coaching. As I said about Germany and France, it's about strategies now.
I got it. I understand it. And if I were they, I would do the same thing because the point is you're not trying to. Their mission is not to win more fans. Their mission is to win the cup. Exactly. And they got enough fans. It's the most popular game in the world. I got it. But it is as if a thrilling NFL season got to the playoffs or the second round of the playoffs, and then everybody ran the ball 45 times and punted, played a field position game. So that is a turnoff, and it's been disappointing for me because I was so.
It's because they introduced you to an amazing tournament so far.
Right.
And in the group stages, you're just sitting on the edge of your seat every game.
Right.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, some of these games are still so thrilling, the 0-0 games, but they kind of spoiled you so far. You know what I mean? They kind of spoiled you with all these goals, and you come to and you're thinking that you're going to get the same.
It's not just the goals; it's the strategy.
Yeah.
It seems to be this effort of we're just going to try that we're trying to kill
try and
time.
outsmart
But
the other team.
That said, these teams are clearly two of the best teams in the world.
Yes.
The stats we have on Brazil and Germany, this is remarkable. So, Francis, explain what we got here because these teams look nearly identical until the bottom of these columns.
So obviously both of them scored the same amount of goals, same goals per match, and the same amount of shots on target. But the big thing that differentiates them, as you were saying earlier, Ben, is that Brazil seem to be a little rash in their tackles. There are a lot more fouls committed.
Yeah, they've committed 40 more fouls in 4 games.
They're very aggressive.
5 games. Yeah.
And that's how they're starting centre back out because he's got so many yellow cards. But we'll get on that in a minute. But the big factor, bottom number, Germany are passing masters. Schweinsteiger and Toni Kroos in the middle can keep the ball from you all day. Just them two probably against your starting 11. They're very intelligent, and they have outpassed Brazil by what, nearly 2,000. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, well, 1,100 there, but and their passes are more likely to be completed. But a lot of those passes aren't toward much of an end.
So that's what I said. Is there was a tweet that came out. I can't remember. It said that Germany seemed to be boring teams, and I don't think that's because they're keeping the ball around the back four. As I said, those two guys in the middle like to come in, take it, and kind of just keep possession, slow the game down. They're not a very fast-paced, go forward every 2 minutes team, which is why they're so comfortable at the back because they keep it and they build their attack slowly and steadily.
And with the athleticism that Brazil has, not to suggest that Germany doesn't have athleticism, they have great athleticism. But Brazil, I mean, we said that they were reckless, but their recklessness works for them. Yeah. That's their style.
Yes. Well, I mean, it comes down to are they being punished enough by referees that are in the host nation because they commit a lot of fouls, especially the guys in the midfield that have been. Against Colombia, James Rodriguez was kicked a lot. And I mean, that was a tactic that Fernandinho had. Obviously, the coaches told him, go out there, get stuck in, make sure he's tight. And it worked for them. I don't think there's anything too much wrong with that. But they should have been punished more, I think, with yellow cards. And then when it came down to it, crucially, they were, as Thiago Silva, their captain, who I think, mark my words, it's going to cause some controversy, is a bigger miss than Neymar.
Really? So so Brazil down 2 really key players.
Yes, absolutely.
And you think, and the one who's going to get the most attention, of course, is Neymar. But you think Silva a bigger
I think
loss?
Because Silva, him and David Luiz have had such a strong partnership together. Both of them centre backs. You can tell there's a connection.
Are they in a relationship?
Yeah, it looks that way. The two of them are very strong. And
that would have been great.
David Luiz just signed for Paris Saint-Germain, who Thiago Silva plays for. So I mean, you might start that controversy, but they're definitely strong together. With him out, I think Dante, who's a centre-back who plays with Bayern Munich, will be good to come in. But he just is a leader. He's a captain, and he seemed to be the centre-backs have been coming up with goals. Him and Luis have been. They scored the 2 goals against Colombia. Neymar, of course, is huge, and it was hard for me to see such a great young player miss out on a World Cup final. I think it must be devastating, and I think Brazil, when you have to rely on Fred. Jesus Christ. It's gonna be tough. And my bracket.
One of my favorite things about soccer is just that you get to say things like Brazil when you have to rely on Fred.
Right, exactly. Probably the worst number 9 to have ever put it on for Brazil. You can just imagine Ronaldo, who was the original Ronaldo, was probably just sitting there watching this thinking, what the fuck is going on? Who is this? Did he win this on a cereal box? Is that why he's playing in this game? But it's going to be so close. My bracket, as I said before, I thought Brazil could win it. They're going to have to change their strategy. It's going to be big on Scolari.
So because of the 2 missing players, do you change your thoughts? Do you think Germany wins now?
So what they have been previously doing with Fred up top has been playing Neymar off him. I think they need to go 4-5-1, pack the midfield, because Luis Gustavo comes back. Gustavo, Paulinho, and Fernandinho in the middle just to crowd Schweinsteiger and Kroos out and play Hulk up top by himself and get Fred out of there, man. But I don't know if it's going to happen because Fred's been starting every game and now that Neymar's out.
And they're here and they've won.
He just seems to be up there. Everyone, you watch Twitter and everyone's just like, what is he doing up there? I mean, why is he even there? But that's what I would do. I don't think Scolari's going to do it. I think he's going to do similar, but you'll have Fred up there as a lone
Do you change
striker.
who you think's going to win now?
Yes.
So you thought Brazil before?
I thought Brazil were going to win it.
This is too significant. Now, if you were a betting man, and you are, you'd take Germany.
Exactly. I took Brazil. I mean, if I was betting on this game individually, I'd bet Germany. My bracket from the very start, which I put money on, was Brazil. So, I mean, I'll just cover my bases and put Germany on it as well because I think with these 2 out, it's going to be crucial.
There you have it, Francis. Thank you. That's semifinal number 1, Tuesday at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, Brazil, Germany. I don't really have anything more to say.